And 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, welcome to the Gold Times, episode 10 for May 6th, 2022. This meeting will end in 10 minutes. Upgrade now to remove the 40-minute limit. Oh, no way. Oh wow, what a great start to the show, ladies and gentlemen. we're being timed out by Zoom. I'm gonna say upgrade now to remove the 40-minute limit. I've never had a limit before. Okay, anyway, we're gonna press on and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna press on and see what happens. Back to the show.
In your defense, we were screwing around with a lot of the tech.
We were. Oh yeah, I thought it was a 2-hour free. You can be on for free for like 2 hours or something. Like I've done previous podcasts for hours for free on Zoom. Anyway. We'll get into a bit of that in a minute. We are a screen pop culture podcast, talking anything on a TV, on a computer, or even a phone. I am your host, Goldie, and for our 10th episode, I'd like to introduce one of my closest friends. We go way back. He is a happily married father of a fluffy fur baby and a very beautiful wife as well. I've better throw that in there as well. He's not just married to a fur baby. The way I wrote that, I was like, whoops.
Sometimes.
He's a massive nerd too on fantasy topics like fantasy, sci-fi, the two flips of the coin, and also throw in some music genres in there as well. He even invented my nickname. Well, shortened it from another nickname. Basically invented it. Well, everybody, welcome Fox.
Hello. Good to be here, Goldie man.
Welcome, man. What's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. Finally, we've been talking about this for God knows how long.
Yeah, I know.
The time hasn't been right. I haven't done a podcast in a while. We've both been busy with things. So we've been talking about it for months, even since last year, that we finally sit down and do this, right?
And here's the culmination. Finally,
Finally, you're here.
We've fulfilled our promise.
And
we're not full of shit.
And we've got a time limit now on Zoom, and we'll see if we get kicked off. We'll see we'll probably switch up and go Facebook Messenger. I'll just video call you on that real quick to finish the job if we get kicked off.
Don't mind.
Anyway, before we get started, I've got a few questions like I ask everyone who comes on this show before we get started into the real meat of the show, you may say. So first question is, tell us a brief rundown of your association with screen media, and that may be hobbies, or maybe a previous job, or both, or something. Yeah.
I was thinking about that before the show. I think it all started with, I just always really liked stories in general. And I remember even like as a little kid, always liking when the teacher would read out some story. And I think it just grew from there. And like whether it was a TV show or a movie or a set of books or something like that. I just always liked different stories, especially the more involved, the more, I didn't realize at the time I was obviously a high fantasy nut. And basically it kind of all started from there and kind of snowballed into things like D&D and video gaming on pretty much any and every machine across my lifespan, and big love of movies, big love of media, big love of all things where you can tell a great story or cast an interesting medium or do something that's possibly not achievable in day-to-day life.
Right. Right. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's down the history rabbit hole, but pulls up a few
I
things
told
there.
you I thought deep about it for you.
Very good. Next, list your devices, all your like off the top of your head. List your devices that you own, and which one do you use the most, and which one do you use the least.
Screens, all
Yeah, so like
screen-based devices.
you name it, like a device, like a TV, a computer, like any like information media device. Yeah, media device.
Yeah. Um, we've got a couple of laptops in the house. I'd say they're probably the least used because they just feel the oldest and most clunky these days.
Yep,
They're
yep.
always hard to whip out and you've got to use a cable with them. We've got the cat and she'll eat through anything and everything, including she's eaten through a power cable before. So, like you can't leave that kind of stuff around. And it's a bit of a pain in the butt compared to, say, something like I have a tablet as well. With that, I can just charge it and then be on the balcony, or I can be roaming through the house because I don't stay still a lot. So, I want the freedom to be able to move around. So I use that a bit more. Probably use my phone the most. And we have a decent sized TV that we watch a lot of stuff on in the evening. So definitely guzzlers of media and consumption and all of that sort of jazz.
Oh, that's why you're here. That's our new name, the media guzzler consumption podcast.
Thank you.
And you're here to tell us all about that. Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of devices. So I can see the reasoning behind which ones. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. This one's a deep dive. Not really, but how many media subscriptions do you currently have? And you know what I mean, like movie, games, even a YouTube subscription. I don't know. It could be anything, really. Apple subscription, Spotify, whatever. Just media subscriptions. How many off the top of your head?
A few, but I would wager not as many as the average consumer. That's one area where I'm extraordinarily cheap. I don't mind paying for like Spotify and things of that nature, like Stan and Netflix and all of that. But I don't usually pay for game subscriptions to anything, and I like just can't bring myself to pay for YouTube. I don't know why, but yeah. So I actually have only a handful of paid ones. I prefer, like, I just buy and bear through the terrible, terrible YouTube ads
Ugh.
every time because I'm a cheaper.
All right. So out of the without going through each of them, what's off the top of your head? How many have you got? 5, 10, like like
Uh,
5 main ones, or the 10 little ones, or
six, I think 6 or
probably
7. Yeah,
6 or 7 main ones that you
yeah.
usually use. What's the off the top of your head again? What is the one you use the most?
Um, at the moment, it's probably Disney Plus.
There you go. There you go,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
not normally, but at the moment,
What a value for money you get in that app. How much value you get? A lot of value. That's one of my favorite ones too. Not
it's
getting rid of
good.
that one. Mine. I won't go through mine again, but I'll say something's happened recently. I'd say the one that I've used the most, or the one that gave me the most value, was my World of Warcraft subscription, because I played it so much years ago. But now it's probably Netflix or Spotify that I just use like every day, like without a doubt. Um, uh, okay, down memory lane. What was your first screen device other than a TV? Because TVs have been around for, decades. What was the first screen device to view or interact with media, and what year was it?
View or interact with media. Um,
Other
I
than a
don't know.
TV, yeah, something other than a
Um,
TV.
I had this really I say I had, my mum had this really cool Walkman when we were younger, and that thing had like an LED LCD screen on it, so you could actually interact with it. So it was like halfway between what we have now and what we had then. So like that, I remember, if you're talking screens, I had one on my first, camcorder, camera when I was like 10 years old. And then I suppose my first screen.
Oh, this real quick. Share. Fuck it. Share now, friends. Fuck it. And we're back. We're spamming Facebook, but who cares? Who cares? We're back. We're back. We're famous. All right, we're back. We're recording. I'll do some really good editing to edit the first bit and the next bit together.
Make it work, Goldie Wizard. Use your magic wand.
All right, we'll be back, and we'll get back into the final few questions. What we'll start again on this question. And you were just about to answer this before you got cut off. Was what was your first screen device that other than a TV to view or interact media on? And what year was it? And you were from on my memory, you were saying it was like a little MP3 player sort of device or something like.
It was a cassette player, a tape player, Goldie, a tape Walkman.
A Walkman, sorry.
And it had an LCD screen on it, just dazzling bits of technology. Now, I think I played like my cousin's Super NES when I was 8, but like the first thing I owned was a Game Boy.
Yep. Yeah, me too. Original Game Boy, 1995. Oh, earlier, 1994. I think I was like 5 years old.
It was a bricky thing, but I loved it. I remember playing Battletoads. I played the shit out of that.
You had Battletoads on the Game Boy? That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
I played that on
Never finish it.
I had that on Super Nintendo. Oh man, that was great. Had it like playing co-op on that. I played that for hours with a friend. God, it was good.
My first console was a Sega Mega Drive though.
There you go. Sonic the Hedgehog, of course.
I didn't like it that much.
Was it Alex the Kid was on the Mega Drive?
That was on the other one, the slightly fancier.
Oh, the Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn.
Yeah. Came with it. You didn't even have to put a game in it. It was so fancy because it already had Alex the Kid in there. Fuck you. I'm not bitter. I'm not.
Okay. All right. Next question. Unrelated. It's totally diverting here, but it's media. But it's a question I have to ask everyone who comes on this show. Who's your preferred Joker? And why is it between Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix?
It's not between Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix. It's Heath Ledger at number one.
Okay.
And then I probably I don't know, maybe the Jack Nicholson Joker. That I did have a soft spot in my heart for that one as well too. But definitely Heath Ledger, absolute favorite. I liked the Joaquin Phoenix one, but that was just for me like a different take, like mental health Joker rather than like evil supervillain Joker,
Yeah. Yeah, true.
And I also like Heath Ledger more because like they always try to come up with a motive, like my girlfriend left me or my house burnt down or I was a good man once and now I'm a bad guy. And like I like the fact that the Joker or the Heath Ledger one was kind of like just for the fuck of it because you can watch things burn and it's fun. Really speaks more to that dark human side where sometimes that stuff can be fun and cathartic.
Right, like we don't see like in Heath Ledger's, we don't really know his backstory. He doesn't say too much, or he changes his story.
No, he tells all these different lies.
Yeah, he tells all this different shit. Right, like we just know he's a really messed up individual, and like but then with Joaquin Phoenix, like we actually see like what happens and like the lead up to it and all the story behind it. I'm not going to spoil it, but like at the end, it makes you think like, did it even happen? Like, but anyway, okay. And to throw in there, who's your preferred Batman? Just throw it out there.
No one's gonna like this. Michael Keaton.
Oh shit!
Well, look who we've got. George Clooney, who was the worst by far.
Nipples. He had nipples.
I mean, it's still hard to watch Cedric Diggory be freaking Batman. Like, it was good, but it's still weird. Like, still kept waiting for a wand to pop.
Oh shit!
Wingardium Leviosa.
I haven't seen the new Batman yet. I can't rate it yet. Apparently, he does a good job at being like solid. Bruce Wayne. Like they're rating him. They're rating him as like the second best Batman behind Christian Bale. Like
Christian Bale is the second best Batman for me.
But Michael Keaton takes the cake for you.
He was just good. Maybe he just impressed me more because I was a dumb kid at the time, and it's easy to impress you back then.
Okay. So he was your first Batman.
Yeah, and also like it was Tim Burton who did that one. So the style's kind of very swaggery in its own way and gothic.
Yeah. True. Okay. Final question before we get into our one and only news segment today is pick one streaming service and then delete the rest. Go.
Pick one streaming service and delete the rest. Oh.
I thought you were going to straight away answer your first, like you answered before, like Disney Plus was the winner for you. But like if you have to delete the rest.
Disney's only been recent. Usually Netflix has more things on it that I watch than and sometimes you get bored with that and then you're on Stan for a few months and then you get bored of that and you're on. And it's just when you exhaust all the good, that's all I do is I'm just like a bee. I just go from each flower, deleting, getting rid of all the nectar. And it's like, well, now that The Boys is finished, I'm done with Amazon Prime. I'll fuck off from that and watch, whatever's good on Netflix.
I'm going to make a meme. I'm gonna make a meme of like draw a flower of all these with all these flowers with all the streaming service symbols, and then like have you as like a little photo on like going from flower to flower.
That'd be a really fucked up bee.
Oh, okay. So yeah, which one would you have to pick one and delete the rest? Go.
All right. So if for staying power, it's just because the others don't always have great titles on them, where at least there's something to scrounge. Netflix.
Okay, next for the king, Netflix stays. Okay, I have to agree, but I don't know. I could live on Disney Plus for the rest of my life, like the Marvel stuff. The Star Wars. I can't live without my Star Wars.
Like the problem is like Netflix is a faceless corporation. Every time I think about Disney, I think about that Mickey Mouse cameo in South Park where he's like punching the Jonas Brothers in this. I sell sex to children. And like that's all I think about is the fact that like. And Walt Disney was also, not a very nice guy. So, it's just like one channel's owned by a faceless corporation. The other one's kind of like owned by like, I don't know, a very, very questionable group.
Yeah.
There's
true.
a few questionable groups out there in the world.
True.
They know who they are. Fanta, IBM, Hugo Boss.
All right. Before we go down that dark rabbit hole, we could be here for hours. Let's get into our news, and it's actually a perfect segue because we're talking about Netflix. It's actually a news article about Netflix, so let's get into it. All right, Netflix is being sued by its own shareholders over the subscriber slump. This is by Ryan Leston at IGN.com. I pulled this up today. A quick read. We'll quickly read through it. Not much to read, but shareholders claim that they were misled about subscriber drops. So Netflix shareholders are suing the company over subscriber losses. According to Variety, the online streaming giant has been hit with a lawsuit by its shareholders who claim that Netflix has misled them about the extent of its recent subscriber losses. The lawsuit was filed Tuesday, May the 3rd, in federal district court in San Francisco. Alleges Netflix violated US security laws by making maternally false and misleading statements to its shareholders. Also claimed by Netflix, failed to disclose material adverse facts about the company's business operations and prospects. So, what happened, right? Netflix lost recently a staggering 200,000 subscribers in the first 3 months of 2020, according to its reports. And it has since responded to these massive drops by cutting its animation department, as well as canning, I haven't heard of this, the Tudum media outlet. Don't know what that is. They own it, I think. And an online, it says an online editorial website. Oh, it's an online editorial website that only operated for several months. One thing I want to add here before we get into the questions is it also began to crack down on password sharing. So, hoping to increase the number of subscribers, its number of subscribers by limiting the ability to share Netflix accounts. So the full link to this article is it goes into more detail and stuff, but if you want to get into this full article, check out our show notes. For Fox, first question is, have you ever thought of unsubscribing from Netflix? And do you currently share your password with others?
Hang on. My lawyer says not to answer that question. By that I mean the cat, who's just like 3 feet away.
Yeah.
Not answering that one just because I know what's going on at the moment. Look at it this way. I mean, greedy corporation, doesn't disclose all of its facts. I mean, that's the story that's been going on forever, So like, that's one thing. But the thing is, with the membership, I like membership. I think it's a good thing. And I think going to the movies for $40 a go, it's just too expensive. People don't want to pay for micro cuts. They want to pay for a membership so that they've got a variety of things to look at. They don't want to just once-off experience. They want many experiences. And that's why I thought membership, like we're doing with Netflix, is much more positive than just going to the movies and losing money piecemeal that way. At least there's some value in membership. But now they're wanting to split it hairs because like people are adding like 5 people onto their account. I think that's fine if you want to individualize membership a bit more and make it strict from now on, but you have to suck it up for the people that you've already done it for, because those were the rules, them's was the breaks back then. And quite frankly, if you're a big enough dick about it, Netflix, I'm just going to unsubscribe from you. So, and I imagine a lot of other people you'll lose business from too, because, that's why we got Netflix. It was good value. We were sick of paying for movies and losing a ton of money and only seeing one thing. We like the variety that membership brings to us, but we're also not going to get hit up because at the time you hadn't made the rules strong enough. Like normally, we always get stiffed by the rules, and this is the first time it's in favor of the consumer. And I think that's just how the cookie crumbles in this particular case,
Yeah.
So kiss my ass.
in the chat was saying plead the fifth. Our American friend says plead the fifth, and
we don't even have a fifth or a fourth here. We don't have a constitution. I think it's from England.
Heliku in the chat
I don't know what it says.
He never had Netflix, but he doesn't understand how people find the time to watch movies and series. Got so much to do in real life. Like, that's true, but I don't know, like, even though the older we get, the busier we get, I still find an hour or two before bed to watch something, like, to calm me down before bed, and like, I'm not spending...
I think it comes down to self-care.
Yeah,
what I mean?
self-care.
Some people like to sit on a couch and watch TV and watch a program, or even maybe like sometimes when I'm feeling pretty down, I'll watch like Coming to America, like for nostalgia reasons, and like that's just like that's a comfort thing as much as it's where do you find the time? You make the time for self-care, otherwise it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's true. That's very true. That's very true. Like, it's just like, I know, like, I don't know, there's still some people out there spending all their days watching or, binging or whatever. But even on a day off when I got nothing to do, I might binge something, or I don't know.
There's always a temptation to binge. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know. It's not about like having so much to do in real life, but I feel like there's always time to watch like an episode or something, or a movie in bed, or whatever. Anyway, that was just that comment. Thanks for that comment, Heliku. Anyway, good to see you in chat. Back to I'll answer my own question. I'm never unsubscribing from Netflix. They've got too much stuff I like.
Even if they gouge you or act like jerks about it, like that. The way a company acts really changes my consumerism with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see like I used to pay for Foxtel. Like I used to pay back in the day. I used to pay for Foxtel for all my content, and that was like $70, $80, $90, $100 a month for cable television. Right? And that's all, and us Australians here, that's all we had before Netflix came through, right? And then Netflix comes out, and it's like all these movies and TV shows on demand for whatever it was, like $10, $15 a month.
Competitors now, Goldie. You don't have to settle for
I know.
Netflix.
Times have changed. Times have changed. You got lots of competition. And they're increasing their prices every year or every second year, and everyone goes up in arms about Netflix extending the prices by $1 or something, you know. Even that there's something that I did not write down in this article that they're bringing in, that they're talking about, is they're bringing in a lower subscription model, but with ads. Would you pay for that? Like, say they charged you...
No, I hate ads. I hate ads. I despise
ads
more than anything in the universe.
But people will do it. Some people who don't care. Oh, hello. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty.
This is Starbuck. Baby. Hello.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Starbuck. She wanted to make a cameo. My fur baby is actually asleep on the bed. I could move the camera. There he is. Oh no, you can't see him. You can't see him.
He's up in the corner.
He's on my bed, asleep. Thank God. He's been going crazy. Anyway, all right. To answer my last question, do you share your password with others? I can answer that. I've said I've never done that. I've always kept it to myself, but I talked about it with my family, who I wasn't living with. I do now. Back in the day, before we even thought about sharing passwords for Netflix, my mum bought her own account. And she said, I told her how good it was, and she went and got her own account straight away. And now, years and years later, she's got all the recommendations. She's got the algorithm for her. She's got all the stuff she's watched. It's all saved. And I said to her, now that we live under the same roof, why don't you cancel your account and I'll, give you a profile on mine. We live under the same roof. And she doesn't want to do it because she doesn't want to lose all her recommendations and all her saved videos, all her saved stuff. Yeah. So that's fair. She's got not a library, but she's watched quite a lot over the years, and she's had a Netflix account as long as me. All right. Anyway, that was the news about Netflix. Let's get into our second segment of the day. What we're watching. I will quickly go first because I've got 2 dot points, and then we'll get into Fox. I've been talking about this on the podcast for a while. I finally started watching the Clone Wars on Disney+. Plus. People have been telling me about it. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. It's the only thing I haven't seen is the Clone Wars animated series, and there's so much because there's 7 seasons of stuff. Between General Grievous, Count Dooku, the Trade Federation, the droid armies, the clone armies, all the Jedi, it's really good. Yep, Yoda's in it, it's everything. So I've been getting into that, and the main reason why I finally pulled the trigger is because Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out on May 27. Yep, that's right, I'm excited. And I have a deadline, basically. I'm going to try and finish 7 seasons. I'm doing a couple episodes a night. I might have to bump that up now. I'm running out of time. All this is it's information that's relevant. It's going to be relevant, like the Inquisitors and stuff that are going to be in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I need to know about them. I need to see them, even though they'll be animated. Then I'll see them in live action in Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I'm keen. And the last thing I've been watching, I haven't finished, and it's just got 1 more episode to go, and it's already out. I might watch it tonight. It's Moon Knight on Disney Plus. Another one on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Marvel's
I wanna
Moon
watch
Knight.
that.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac. Really good. It's like the finale just hit last week. I've seen some good reviews about it. It's a really good show. Week by week, I've been watching it. Different take on a Marvel hero. It's not an Avenger. He's a bit like it's a bit different. It's really, I don't know. It's weird to put it, but Oscar Isaac, fantastic, and also Ethan Hawke as a bad guy, really good.
Yeah,
What about you, Fox? What have you been watching like week by week, like following, watching week by week? Not what you've finished. We'll get to that in a minute. What have you been like? You know, I don't know, like you know what I mean. You know, following or yeah.
We finished the finale of Grace and Frankie. Like that's a bit old for some people, but it's a pretty good show. Like I actually really like the whole premise behind it. Don't know if you've seen it, but it's on Netflix. Really good, and we were watching that sort of week by week, and just finished that off. Pretty good. We've been watching The Simpsons, the newer Simpsons, like past our like age bracket, like when we grew up and when we were interested. So that's been interesting watching some of the changes and differences in like, you know, the show. It's become very Family Guy-esque, where it's got a lot of those random segues and cutaways and all of that sort of jazz. So that's been cool as well. And I don't know. Sometimes we watch American Dad. Thank you, baby. Get down here. This is Starbucks for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, the chat saying Starbucks, but
yeah, I saw. So yeah, kind of week by week. I don't know. We just finished a bunch of things, so like we're kind of scrambling for what to watch. But I just saw again flogging our old friend. Disney Plus, Malcolm in the Middle is on. All of the seasons are on Disney Plus. So
oh, great! I love that show. I'm gonna go watch that. That's great.
Yep,
that's great. That's so funny.
That's on the.
All right,
I missed that one.
All right, we'll finish up what you've finished in a second. I'll just quickly jump in what I've just finished recently. I just finished Ozark, season 4, part 2. Weird ending, but
is that good? Fantastic. I gave up after 4 episodes.
Jason Bateman is amazing in this. Like, this is like not comedy. This is like really like dark drama, like really serious role for him. And it's really good. It's got drug cartels, the FBI, deception, family drama, like people dying, people getting murdered. You name it. It's all fucking good. And the last thing I watched was Star Wars Visions on Disney Plus, animated anime, a Star Wars anime, basically. Someone got me onto that. I watched a few episodes last year, and then I forgot about it, and then I went back and finished it the other day, and really good. And I wanted to put here that it got announced the other day that a manga company is going to make a series on one of those episodes. So it's really cool to hear about that. They're going to do like an anime Star Wars series, which is really cool. So what have you? You just said a few things that you just finished. Is there anything else you want to add to your list that you've just finished recently?
We finished all of the Harry Potters in succession. We slammed that down while we were had some time off recently. So
all right,
that one was on there as well. The Boys, we just finished that, and we're waiting for the new season to come out.
Oh yeah, The Boys is fantastic.
Yeah, love that one.
Yeah.
I really want to see Halo, but I just can't be asked getting another subscription.
Yeah, I know. I've been hearing good things about Halo, but I don't know if I should get the subscription just for one show. I don't know. Our friend Julian was like saying, why don't you just get the free trial and wait for all the episodes to be released, then get the free trial, then binge it, and then cancel.
Exactly.
Could do that.
Snatch and grab.
Snatch and grab. All right. We got 2 more segments to go, and then we'll wrap this up. We'll get into what we've been playing. All right, Fox, you told me recently you've been playing GTA San Andreas on the Switch.
Yeah.
How is it on the Switch? How often have you been playing, and how deep have you gone into this game?
Um, I'm yeah, I'm playing it on Switch probably a couple of times a week if I get a chance, an hour or two. I like the game. Graphics are not very pretty because it's an older game. It was a bit of a lazy port. They didn't do much to it, but I appreciate the novelty of having like games like that on something like Switch. For me, it's a bit of a trip because I'm an older gamer, and I remember some of the shittier machines before and all of their limitations and this, that, and the other. So like I really get a kick out of moments when I'm playing things on Switch that originally I played on PlayStation 2 or some other incarnation or machine. So yeah, enjoy that.
Yep. Okay. Is there here we go. Zoom just popped up and said this meeting will end in 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes.
Given our marching orders, Goldie.
We've been given marching orders. How much? Okay, if I click upgrade, what will happen? I'll be pulled through. I want to see what.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't upgrade. Don't upgrade.
Other than that,
nah, I'm not doing it.
I'm playing.
What else have you been playing? And what have you been wanting to play?
I'm doing Witcher 3, which is very luxurious to play such a big game on such a small machine. Pokemon Pearl, Pokemon Accio, I don't know how to say it properly, sorry. And Skyrim, again, another like nostalgia play. I don't know, I've been looking on the markets of Nintendo, and this guy I was listening to on YouTube the other day was complaining how Nintendo's gotten a bit lazy lately with pulling over good titles. So I haven't seen anything. GTA 5's coming out. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, they didn't really do anything particular to the Switch version, and there was a lot of glitches in the early days with all the different, because I got it in a package of 3, so it was GTA 3, it was Vice City, and it was San Andreas, and they all were kind of buggy but worked,
Yep.
But no new additives, no new bits, no new graphic updates or anything, so it was pretty bare bones.
Yeah, is it what you remember? Like, is it like how you? It's really nostalgic, really.
It's almost exactly what I remember. I just don't remember thinking the graphics were that crap. It's obviously because your standards change as the times go on.
Yeah, and they want people to they want nostalgia to overlap the reality of the graphics being shit. They want people to go, oh, I really want to play that game again, and I can't because I don't have a PlayStation. They know
people like me will buy that every time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's well targeted.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm still waiting for 5, even knowing those games were. They didn't really do anything generous to them with the new versions. They were just ported across.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I haven't played much myself since I got my little puppy. For obvious reasons. I've been playing a few phone games while I've been in the backyard with him and stuff. But I did buy this little game before I got the puppy. It's called Tunic, right? And I read about it on IGN and a few other review websites, and it was like a cutesy Zelda-like. Yeah, definitely Zelda-like, because you play like a little fox. No pun intended. You play a little fox here. You're like this little fox with like a little sword and shield, and you go around like slaying enemies, and doing little puzzles to get to the next area or get to the next boss. And it's just like Zelda. It's so cool. It's a very different take on it. Not a different take, but I don't know. I feel like playing a Zelda game, but not a Zelda game, and it's scratching that itch. And it's got this weird tutorial.
Breath of the Wild, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, I didn't stick with me because the durability of weapons like just annoyed me. I'm gonna give it another
Yeah, that's
go.
temporary. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. The weapons are very unsatisfying in that game. You want to stay with something or like build it up or make it better, like improve it. Like you don't want to just use them like condoms.
Yeah, I know. Like, I want to go on an adventure, and then I don't want to be inside a dungeon, and then my weapon breaks, and then I've got some like a stick, like
Yeah. And sometimes you
and
get emotionally attached to a weapon and then it's broken and you're like, oh well,
yeah. So the
guess I'll just use
durability on
anything.
the weapons that just doesn't do it for me. I lost interest after it annoyed me for a while. So I might go back to it. I do have
Yeah.
Link's Awakening on Switch. I might try and finish that. I've got that to
Yeah.
play as well. So if I don't want to play Tunic on the PC, I can play that on the Switch and play that in bed or whatever. Other than that, I haven't been playing that much. I was having a conversation with someone else the other day, saying that like I'm not even before the puppy. Like take the puppy out of the equation. I like last year or the beginning of this year, I'm just slowly losing my interest in like video games, or my attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and I can only play a game for like an hour, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know. Nothing's really grabbing me these days. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. I might be getting older. I don't know, but maybe just I haven't found the right game to play in a long time. Yeah, I don't know.
So,
We'll see.
someone wants to say hello.
Hello. Hi, Soph.
I can't hear Goldie.
He said hi, Soph.
Hi.
Hi.
So
Welcome.
is now a good time to say that Fox doesn't pay for any Netflix subscription because we get it from a family member, or are we not allowed to say that?
Well, I said I played
I
the fifth.
saw
Thank you
you.
very much.
That's all I wanted to say.
You know what they say, terrible wife, terrible life.
Good segue there. Let's go into our final.
That was stone cold, woman. That was stone cold.
There was a bus and I threw you under it.
Chat is
Do you want to tell them
chat,
the other subscriptions we don't pay for? Let's let it all hang out then.
chat is going crazy. That they're saying busted. All right, let's get into our final segment of the day, and then we'll wrap this up. And we've got a time limit anyway. I think we've got like 5 minutes left. We'll wrap this up. What
We
have you
do
been?
3 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah. Go, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, 3 minutes remaining. Yeah. Okay. So what have you been streaming or watching on like YouTube or Twitch? What was that one? I think it's this one. There we go. So, Fox, I know you're not a streamer or a content creator or in that space, but have you watched like anyone online, anyone in particular, any names, creators,
Yeah.
internet famous? Could you name it? Name some people or name some channels that you've been watching?
I suppose I watch Alex Steele's blacksmithing.
Yep.
He's like decently famous on YouTube.
Yep.
He makes a lot of blacksmithing videos. I've always really liked them. Started on them for research for a book idea, and then kind of just fell in love with it. Did some blacksmithing a few months back myself and made a hammer. That was really fun. But I like that he shows all of his mistakes. So like he's probably my favorite is that. And then there's a couple other channels, other smithing channels. But I'd say my other second favorite is How to Make Everything, the show where he just like starts from the Stone Age and then makes every tool that would kind of get you to the Bronze Age, and then every tool that would get you to the Iron Age, and then and kind of does this really methodical look at like how the world is built on tools. And it's actually really fascinating, and does everything from like making a bow and arrow to making soap to making bricks and whatever, chopping down a tree and how long that would take him. It's really cool. And then the last one is just Salmonella, which is this guy who does like these really sarcastic takes on history. Love that show.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
So those are my nerd outs.
That's cool. I got a couple that I always repeat myself, but I have to name drop them, and I know you'll know this one. Well, I just want to say I've been getting back into Twitch lately. I haven't been on Twitch for like 6 months or so since I moved here. I've been like not watching or but I've been getting back into my regular Bob Ross streams on the weekend. And that's it for now. Yeah. I've been peeking at a few people that I used to follow and watch, but I haven't said hello to anyone on Twitch that I used to talk to in a while. But I'll get back into it. I'll find my rhythm again. And watch some music streams. I really like watching people play guitar or play piano and stuff. Yeah, I want to watch some music streams again. For YouTube, it's been Friendly Geordies. These like my number one.
I watch that too.
Yeah, Friendly Geordie. I know. Yeah, I thought you knew that. I watch Friendly Geordies on YouTube and a bit of Twitch news by a guy named Devin Nash as well. And I watched some puppy training videos recently. All right, hold on.
Jackson Galaxy cat videos. I'm going to say bye now because we're going to cut out in about 10 seconds, I reckon.
Let me call you back. And we're back.
Computer audio.
And we're back. All right. Let's wrap this up. Let's say goodbye properly without Zoom kicking us out properly. The last thing I want to mention before we say our goodbyes and ask if anyone wants to ask us a question in the chat, wants to ask Fox a question in the chat, will be we accept we accept emails. If you want to give us a write into the show, questions, concerns, opinions, tell us off, recommendations, anything, feel free to send us an email at thegoldtimespod, one word, thegoldtimespod@gmail.com. And I'd love to read them on the show and I'll answer the question and get an answer from Fox. If it's a question of Fox, I'll get it to him and we can get an answer from him on our next show or whatever. So yeah, that'd be cool. Last before we go,
ask us anything in the chat.
And it is ask Q&A, real quick Q&A before Fox needs to go and have dinner with his wonderful wife. He
throws me under the bus. Perhaps that's where I'll put her dinner.
Under the bus. If anyone in the chat wants to ask either of us any questions about today or anything like that, you want to ask Fox. Sophie is asking a question. Did Ozark get better, Goldie? We watched a few episodes but didn't like it. Should we try again? Yes. First season's very slow. F you Fox.
Yeah.
First season of Ozark is very slow. It gets a lot better as more things develop. I'll just say that. Just say if you can get through the first season, it'll get like more dramatic things happen and it'll catch you. Like I think the first few episodes are quite boring, and I thought I was caught on the first episode. I thought the money laundering for a drug cartel and like them threatening their family and like, I don't know, I thought that was interesting to me. But anyway, I wanted to see where it would go, and I was really like surprised at a lot of times what they did and how far they went to, cover up secrets and things like that. So it's really cool. So for you, Fox and Soph, give Ozark definitely another go. And
all right, I'll have to give it a re-crack. Yeah, after Malcolm in the Middle, of course. You know what I mean? Like, we just got priorities, dude. And like,
Aaron wants to ask both of us, but Fox can go first. What do you guys feel about Harry Potter being a rip-off of Star Wars? I read about this as well. I know what he's talking about.
Harry Potter being a rip-off of Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I can see it, but I don't know. Like, maybe vaguely in terms of like the loose premise. Like you could see a special boy with a special destiny. Luke and Harry, kind of similar sort of thing. I mean, the Jedi stuff is kind of magic, pseudo magic, or whatever you'd want to call it. So I suppose they both have that element to it. There's a very iconic bad guy in each one of them. But like, I'm not sure what the meaning, like, they mean like someone copy the skeleton of the script and then decide it would make it, if I reskin it with like a medieval and the D&D feel, the medieval and magic sort of feel, it'll be different from Star Wars. I don't know if someone said that.
Okay. I think you're looking into it a bit too deep. Just think about the basics, like Harry and what's his name? The big dude with the beard. What's his name?
Dumbledore.
What? No. The guy that says you're a wizard, Harry.
Oh, Hagrid.
Hagrid, yeah. So
Hagrid
is Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? Luke Skywalker is Harry Potter, right? And he's like, and Hagrid is Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he's like, to become a Jedi, become a wizard. And he takes him and they go meet people and
So morbidly obese Obi-Wan Kenobi won and knock off Luke Skywalker, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, that's like the concept of it. Like, to become a Jedi, become a wizard, and take him off and take him away from.
I suppose they're both kind of wizards. Yeah, space wizard, regular wizard. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, it's hard to pitch it to you, but like I saw this I saw this article about it, like the comparison and the video, or like with the comparison of like how the original concept of Star Wars was like the original concept of Harry Potter took all its ideas from the original concepts of Star Wars. So I just saw a video of it and I know what Aaron's talking about and I can see what he's like trying to ask us and I'm trying to pitch it to you, but it's not working.
I mean, in the larger sense of I could see if you framed it as imagine Star Wars, but we did it in a more magical fantasy way. And pitch it that way, sure, I can see that. But I don't remember no Quidditch being in no Star Wars either.
All right, we'll go with one more question and then we'll wrap this up.
Sorry, who would it be? It'd be Darth Vader drops the quaffle.
No, can't do that. Can't do that. Vicky says, do you guys think I should get bangs? And Sophie says yes. I don't know what bangs are really. Is it long? Is it straight hair or something? I don't know. Not relevant.
Bangs is the leather jacket of women. So like when we get a leather jacket and a motorcycle, bangs is kind of that for ladies as well too. So. No, you shouldn't.
And I can't answer because I really still don't really know what they are. I'm just uneducated. I'm an uneducated
It's a fringe.
swine.
It's a fringe.
The fringe.
You remember the fringe?
Yeah, the fringe.
The whole
and then the straight hair comes down. Yeah. That's bangs.
Yeah.
Okay. And we got Aaron J. Bang in the chat too, so that's relevant.
Yeah, he's got bangs for sure. That fella has so got bangs. Aaron, I'm sorry to throw you under the bus.
Aaron was born with
bangs.
Aaron was born with bangs.
It's a terminal condition. I'm sorry, Mrs. Bang. Your son has bangs.
All right. I think we'll wrap this up. I think we'll get out of here. Guys, thanks everyone for watching and listening. And a big thanks to my guest co-host, Fox.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being with you.
Yes, thank you. If anyone wants more of you, if they want to, where could they find you if that's possible? Or not? Do you have?
I'm in the hearts of every wide-eyed young person, and I'm just the morning dew on the grass and, the sunshine in your day. So you look up and bam, there I am. I don't know. Maybe thinking about doing something a bit more podcasty myself, but at the moment I haven't really got anything solid as a plan. I suppose we'll get a bit of a feel for this situation and see if we like the feel and fit of this stuff and go from there. But at the moment, nothing particular. We'll keep you posted through your stuff though, if I do decide to come up with something.
Okay. All right, no worries. You can everyone can follow this show on Twitter. Yes. We're at the Gold Times Pod. Also, the company Twitter for this company that owns this show is the Oz Gold Times. That's the main one. And I've just started a personal Twitter because I just want to write, random thoughts down on there as well. Alan K. Goldie, that's there. You can get all the information, everything about the show, the podcast episodes, everything on our website, ozgoldtimes.com. Last but not least, if you'd like to support the show with a few dollars, you can become a soldier or an officer at our Patreon army over at patreon.com/OzGoldTimes. Big thanks to Aaron being an officer over there. Thank you, Aaron. We love you, Aaron. You can grab this show
and
all
your radio show as well, Goldie. You remember as well?
Oh yes, I can. I'm also. I've also been dabbling on community radio recently. If you guys didn't know, but I have a Twitter for that as well. The Gold Rock Show. We just started a Facebook page today as well. Awesome. I do. And just keep tuned to the Twitch channel because I'm going to be streaming on Twitch and on Facebook and stuff. The radio shows as well, so you can check out me and a radio show every Sunday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock Australian Eastern. And last, if you can grab this show and all previous shows either on video on the Oz Gold Times YouTube channel or audio versions available Apple, Spotify, anywhere podcasts can be found. Just search the Gold Times. Links are on our website. That's it, guys. Look forward to talking to you again. Thank you very much. Enjoy your screen times. Thank you.
Bye, guys.